Hey guys, got one of those videos today. Save you 500 bucks if this happens to be an issue. It's kind of a mystery issue for a lot of people, especially if you're a rebuilder. You haven't been doing this for years and years and years. You might just be scratching your head trying to figure it out. And essentially the solution for this is go buy a new control board. Control board's 300 bucks, and someone to put it in, it's even more expensive. So it's a $500 job all said and done. However, it's a $10 fix, and really $5 if you factor in you'll be buying a 2-pack of what you need to fix this. But essentially, so here's the issue. Here's what's happening. Everything on here works. Everything seems to be working fine. You get your ice, water. I like these fridges, but I got this one in. It's just like the last one I did, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to explain this because I was talking about this a couple weeks ago. I was talking about this particular issue, and someone said, man, you need to put that up. That's valuable information. So I thought, perfect opportunity with this fridge. So here's the issue. So here's what happens. It'll be working like this. Everything will be working fine. And then just randomly, your fridge will warm up. And stuff will start melting in the freezer. Maybe you unplug it, trying to figure it out, and then it starts working again. Or you notice that you had an issue where everything did melt. Your ice, your water started running out of here. Your ice turned into a block because it melted. But then when you discovered it, by the time you discovered it, it's already freezing again. It's already working again. And so what this particular issue is that sometimes the compressor's not kicking back on like it's supposed to. Sometimes it does. And so our first logical thing is we come around here to the back side. You take all your plates and panels off. And back here you're going to have the compressor, and it has a start relay and capacitor on it. And so you'll replace that. Let me grab one of those. Okay, it's one of these guys. So you'll replace that. It'll fire up and you think you're good to go, and then the issue will continue to happen. Just randomly continue to happen. Sometimes your stuff thaws out, fridge isn't working, unplug it, plug it back in, it's not working, then it might start working again. And this is not the issue. So this is good. You've tried that, and now you can't explain why the compressor is not turning when it's supposed to. And so here it leads us to the control board. And so a technician, if you have them come out and they check this is good, but the compressor seems to be the issue, they're going to check and find the control board is bad. Well, it's not the actual control board that's bad. It's the relay that sends power to your compressor on the control board is bad. Now let's go ahead and take these screws out here. It's just a 1/4 nut driver. Let's take those screws out and pull this board off. Okay, so now we've got our perimeter screws out. I went ahead and unplugged it, and we're looking at the board. These boards can look different, especially right here with this setup of relays here can look different. But the particular relay on this board that's the issue is this one here. And so what will happen is if you have it open like this, and if you can replicate the issue, so for example, this is just really bad, it's really stuck, then what happens is you plug your fridge back in and you won't hear it click. You won't hear anything click. Your fans and everything down here will all start up, and it seems like it's going, your compressor won't turn on, and you won't hear any click out of this at all. There's nothing goes down. And then you can actually take like a screwdriver, a back end of a screwdriver, and tap this real good, unplug it, plug it back in, you'll hear it click and turn back on. It's because this is stuck. Sometimes they just go out completely and they'll say, yep, can swap out the whole board, but you don't need to do that. This part, you can get a 2-pack for 10 bucks on Amazon right now with 2-3 days shipping for Prime. So you're gonna unplug all of these cords here, unplug everything. These little white tabs here, you pinch those with the pliers. This comes off. And if you don't know how to solder, take it to somebody who does, but you're going to need to unsolder this on the back side. You pull this one off, put the new one on, solder it in, and you're good to go. That will fix the issue. Then this will work like it's supposed to, and you save yourself from buying a whole new board piece. And so for this particular issue where your compressor is not getting the power like it's supposed to yet, all these components, you tested the compressor, you've got the correct ohms in between your pins, it's not grounded, so you check each pin to ground, nothing's grounded, so you know your compressor's good. This is good. Sometimes it works, most times it doesn't. Then it leads you to this here. And I've looked this up online, they call it a mystery issue, just replace the board, that's what they say. Let's save ourselves $300, $400, $500 and just replace the relay, how about that? Or if you're in a bind and you can't even do that, just tap this with a screwdriver and it'll at least get you going for the next 8-hour cycle until you might have to do it again. But let's plug this back in here. Hopefully it's been long enough that we don't trip the compressor, but typically when you unplug it and it's been rocking and rolling, you need to wait at least 5 minutes before you plug it back in. Otherwise you will trip the overload sensor here. You'll just hear it click on the compressor. If you know your fridge was warm, plug it in and it runs consistently for 6 hours trying to cool down and it's real hot. If you unplug the fridge and you don't wait at least 5 minutes and try to plug it back in, you're going to trip this. Doesn't mean this is bad. It just means that things are too hot, and that's been my experience. I typically wait 10 minutes, plug it back in. All right, but we'll go ahead and plug it back in. See if we can hear that click like I was talking about. Hear that? Okay, so we heard it click, but the compressor did not start running. We would have heard it and humming and all that. Didn't have it. Okay, so here's what I was talking about with the screwdriver. All right, we're gonna give it a little tap. And you hear the compressor kick on. Somewhere within that coil, something's stuck or something's burnt out, or the relay itself, it's just toast. It's fried. It's no good. So what we're gonna do is replace that, and then we'll be good to go once we get a new relay on there, and won't have to replace the whole board. So I've got a couple more ordered, $10, and like I said, all we're gonna be doing on the back side of this board is desoldering, put the new one in, resolder, and you'll be good to go. If you don't know how to solder, I'm sure you can take it into somebody who does. Just ask them to swap out the part. Plug it all back in, you're good to go. And that's the solution for not having to replace your whole board. I hope this helps somebody out with these issues like this where I scratch my head, and obviously I'm not gonna sink, $300 for a new board into this just to sell the fridge for, $400 or $500. I'm not gonna do that. But if I can fix it for $5 and keep it going, then I will do that. So if you're a rebuilder, especially if you're a homeowner and you don't wanna spend $500 to fix a fridge that, brand new is, well, now it's probably, $1,100, $1,200, but back in the day, this fridge was only an $800 fridge. So anyway, I hope that helps you guys out. Y'all have a great day.